Have you seen that photo or the footage rather of the jaguar that they found in Arizona?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really interesting too, right?
Amazing.
That they're starting to make their way up from Mexico.
It's such a weird region because here's this huge Sonoran desert that you think none of these tropical animals can make it across, and for whatever reason, southern Arizona gets jaguars and coatimundi and peccary and all these like tropical animals.
Yeah.
What the hell? I don't know the answer. What the hell's going on that all these rainforest creatures are making it through this 1,000-mile stretch of desert and into southern Arizona?
Probably bored.
Could be.
Looking for cool places to visit.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe it's just like a natural instinct to roam and expand your territory. There he is.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
That's amazing.
That's an incredible animal.
So beautiful.
And it's huge.
Huge.
They're 200 plus pounds, right? It's a big fucking aggressive cat. What's bigger, a jaguar or a leopard? Leopard, right?
Leopard, yeah.
Yeah, and that's even bigger. But it's such a beautiful animal too. And apparently they were all over North America
Jaguars?
at one point in time. Yeah, like that area, like Texas,
Like
and
during the
Arizona.
Pleistocene?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that. But
When did they? I mean, they were pushed out of. I feel like that might not be true though. I feel like they were more numerous in like Arizona and like the Southwest.
makes sense. I mean, you know, we had so much megafauna here back in the day. There would have been a lot of prey for them.
Now, because of the fact that you spend so much time in the wild, and and that you have this interest in these, what would you call cryptozoology animals? Like
Well, I'm not a crypto guy, so just to be
Right.
clear, and nothing against crypto guys, but I don't do Loch Ness or Bigfoot or anything.
Right.
I'm a true wildlife biologist, so I only focus on wildlife. So not to interrupt you, but I'm just very, very structured in the sense that I really only look for animals that we have an understanding of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, the Bigfoot one is the most compelling, but also probably the most bullshit.
I think there's a mix there. I think people believe that they've seen certain things.
Yeah.
It's. Do I think that there could have been large primates that we attribute to Bigfoot? Sure. Whether they're
Sure.
still here or not, whether people have ever seen them, I'm so not well read on that.
Isn't it interesting though that if there was one, it would probably be the most spectacular find ever.
Absolutely.
But meanwhile, we have chimps and bonobos,
Right.
and we have all these things that are real.
Well, because there's so much lore and culture associated with it now,
Yeah.
right? And not just our Western culture, but things of big hairy creatures and everything.
Right.
I mean, it would be this mind-blowing discovery.
Have you ever went and looked for the Bondo ape?
No, I know what it is, but
Yeah.
no, never gone and looked for
They're
it.
sure that's a real thing.
Really?
Yeah, they've got skulls and hair samples and photographs and video. And for people who don't know what we're talking about, it's a gigantic chimpanzee.
Right.
Like a
Right.
6-foot tall chimpanzee, which
And
is just fucking nuts.
And it does walk erect,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a camera trap photo. There's a guy named Dr. Carl. No, he's not a doctor. I think his name's Carl Harmon. Carl something. Harmon, is that?
Amon.
Amon?
A-M-M-A-N.
Carl Amon. And he's a Swiss wildlife photographer? Anyway, he set up a bunch of camera traps, and he got one of them walking.
Amazing.
And it's freaky. And there's some photos of these gentlemen that shot one near an airstrip.
Huh.
And it's fucking huge. You
Yeah.
don't know how big the men are.
Right.
They might be small, and it's
Sure.
in front of them. But it is, without a doubt, one of the biggest chimpanzees you've ever seen in your
insane.
life. And
Yeah.
they have a crest on their head. Their skull has a crest like a gorilla.
Huh.
Yeah, it has the bone of the skull. It
It kind of fuses up.
Yeah,
Interesting. Do you have a picture of that? I'd love to see it. I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with the anatomy of them.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I think for the longest time they didn't think they were real. It's a part of that Michael Crichton book, Congo.
Okay.
Remember there was a really terrible movie that was made?
I know the
look
book
at the
as
size
well.
of that fucker.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's one of them.
And
I think.
that doesn't look like forced perspective. You know what I mean?
No.
It looks like they're right in front of them.
And that's one from the early 1900s, I
Mm-hmm.
believe, where these guys shot one, and they were like, "What is this? This is just giant chimp." See if you can find the one of there. Right above is the one where it's walking right there. Yeah.
Oh, that's the trail camera?
trap.
Wow.
The thing walking.
And he's erect.
Yeah, he's erect, and he's,
Is he?
these people that one of the sightings, they saw one walk by a truck, walk across a road. They said it was the same height as the truck.
That's insane.
So they have like a Toyota Helix or something like
Right,
that, and it's literally the height, like a 6-foot tall man, but a giant chimp.
And I mean, you know, to go back to the Bigfoot thing, you can totally see where we get that from, right?
For sure,
You
yeah.
look at this huge primate that's the size of a human being, and your brain instantly goes, it's mythological.
And I'm pretty sure that they didn't have photos of this thing until the 20th century, like the late 20th century.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. They nest on the ground like gorillas.
Like a gorilla, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the locals have two different names for chimps. They call them tree beaters and lion killers.
Huh.
And the tree beaters are the ones that are up in the trees, the smaller chimps.
Sure.
And the lion killers are these big ones.
That live on the ground.
Yeah, and apparently there's some either video footage or there was some eyewitness account of one of them eating a leopard.
No way.
So it was a dead leopard that they were eating, whether or not they killed it or they found it, but they were eating this fucking thing.
Regardless, like, to be a primate at the top of the food chain eating a big cat, I mean, that's nuts. It's nuts.
Would you ever think of going there and trying to find those things?
Fuck yeah.
They're deep in there.
Great.
Yeah. I think they're in a place called Bili in the Congo. That's where they think they are. They've isolated a population of them there.
Really? My mom
Yeah.
just got back from the Congo, and she still does like her own adventure stuff. And she was saying it's just like, she's been all over as well. She's like, it's mind blowing. Like, there's so much remoteness and unstudied area that there could be all kinds of things.
God damn, man.